Hi guys, today we're going to chat a little bit about bait, specifically bait quality, when you're purchasing your bait to make sure you're buying good quality bait, and I'll try and show you guys the differences between relatively good bait and all the bait that's not that good. For us as rock and surf anglers, quality of bait is a very important thing, especially on the Zululand and Natal coastline where fish are so finicky and we're always going to try and fish with the freshest bait. So I'm just going to try and show you guys how I identify good bait versus not that good quality bait, and hopefully that can help you next time you go into a store or to a bait supplier to buy some bait. Right guys, so the first thing I look at is the color of the bait. Obviously a fresh bait will have a lot of shine on it. A mackerel, for instance, will have a bit of a green blue tint to it. A Bonita got a lot of shine on it, silver with a bit of black, and the fresher the bait, the more color it'll have. So the first thing I do is I actually take up my bait. I'm gonna take this little wet sponge because it's frozen, just to show you guys. And what I like to see on a fresh bait is still nice and shiny colors. This Bonita, for instance, got a lot of blue silver shine on it, where the lines are very clear. And if I wipe it like this, I can actually feel the slime on it. So I know this is a good fresh bait. So color is the first thing I look at. The skin's not torn too much, it's not wrinkled in. So this is one indication for me this is a good fresh bait. I'll show you guys an old Bonita and then you can see the difference. On this old Bonita, you guys can see the color is not very good. It's faded away, it's gone dark and gray, it's not shiny anymore, and the skin is actually busy pulling away. So that's a sign of an older bait. It's wrinkled in a bit. So first sign, the color is wrong on this one. So this is an old bait, and as you can see on this fresh one here, beautiful color, shine, and it's still nice and stiff and firm. So that's my first indication of a good fresh bait. Right, so the next thing we look at is the eye of our bait. Like this mackerel, for instance, it's a fresh mackerel, and you can see this eye, it's nice and bulgy, it's still slimy, and the color is good, it's not sunk in. So that's what I look at, a nice eye, you can feel the eye, it's still nice and firm. So that's an indication of a bait that was frozen well, caught fresh. It's got nice and stiff eyes, so you can feel that eye, and you can see that's a good fresh head. Here we've got an old mackerel, and you can compare the two eyes. This eye's all sunk into the head, so that's a sign that this bait's obviously been frozen and defrosted, or it's been out of the ice for a long time after it got caught and the ice sunk in. So that for me is a sign of an old bait, not very good quality. It's a bit of bloodiness and yellowness on the head, so good indication that this isn't a good quality bait. Alright, so another indication on baits like mackerel for me, when I look at it to see if it's fresh or old, is the belly itself. Now if you look at this fresh mackerel here, it's got a nice silver shiny belly, and certain bait species like mackerel, when they get old, this belly actually starts turning yellowish, reddish in color. So that is a very good indication of an old bait. So if I pick up this old bait here, you guys can see it clearly. Look at this belly, it's starting to turn yellowish or brownish, and that's a good indication of an old bait. The belly is not full of shine anymore, and it's not that nice. Alright, and then when I look at my fishy baits, the last thing I look for is the fins. Now, any bait that got frozen in a very good condition should have its fins in relatively good shape. They won't be broken off, they'll still be whole, the tips won't go yellow or brown, and they'll look good. So look at this Bonito, this whole little fin is still intact, the tail is looking good, it's still in a good shape. So that also shows to me that this bait was frozen in the correct manner. It was obviously put on ice, then put into the deep freeze and looked after well. Alright, so let me show you guys an old Bonito, and look at this tail, it's all broken up, falling apart. It's just the coloration's gone, so that's an indication that this is a very old bait, and it's not something that I would like to buy in the store, especially if I'm looking for fresh bait. Okay, so those are our meaty baits and a few tips for you to look at when you're buying them. Something else I want to chat about quickly is a chocker or squid. In South Africa we use that quite a lot, and often in the beach I see guys coming with squid, and it's just bad quality squid. So the first thing I look at is the outer skin of the chocker. So Let me just wipe this ice off here. Alright, so let's pick up a relatively fresh chokka here, as you guys can see. And when you look at the skin of this, you can actually see that beautiful pigmentation here. There's still a bit of color in it. It hasn't gone red of color, although fresh chokka is actually red when it comes out the water, but after frozen for a week or two, and that's how we get them, they turn into this beautiful sort of, I want to say a little brownish bluish color. But as you can see, it hasn't gotten that purple red color, which is normally a sign of an old chokka. The skin is still nice intact, it hasn't come off. So that is what a good chokka should look like from the outside. I'm going to pick up an old one now and try and show you guys the difference. If you look at this old chokka, it's become that purpley ugly red color. The skin's busy coming off, it's very loose, and even the meat under the skin has sort of gone that orangey purpley color. So this is the first sign that this chokka is old and not that good for using as bait. Alright, so that is just the sort of the outer appearance of the chokka, and it's quite easy to see the difference between the two. The next thing I like to look at once again is the eye. So fresh chokka will have a nice solid eye again, nice coloration in it, whereas your old chokka, the eye will be all sunk in and it'll go that ugly brownish color. So just by looking at the eye, you can also see the difference. There's a fresh chokka eye, beautiful color on it. It's still nice and slimy and firm, so that's a good indication of a fresh chokka. Our old chokka, as you can see, the eyes all sunk in, the color is gone, it doesn't look very good. It's gotten all purpley and red as well, so indication that this is a very old chokka. Alright, and then on chokka, the last thing I look for, I'll grab a piece of chokka like this, and let's just take this wing for instance. It's almost see-through, you can see right through it, nice clear white meat, and that is indication that this chokka is very fresh. The old chokka, we pick that one up, you can look at it, it's gone all milky colored with that orangey red stain from the old skin on it. So that is indication of an old chokka, not that nice and see-through anymore. It's losing its beautiful see-through color and going all milky and fadey. So there's the indication of an old chokka for you. Alright guys, so those are my little tips for you for when you're buying your bait. As I said, good quality bait equals good quality fish. So when you go to your tackle store or your bait supplier, spend a bit of time there, make sure you get good fresh bait, and generally good fresh bait equals good quality fish.